you ready to go?
I am.
All right, good.
Yes.
So, well, Amy, thanks for flying all the way over across the Atlantic, all the way from Seattle.
Thank you.
To Amsterdam.
Yeah.
But you had like a short stop in between, right?
I did. I had a little vacation in Spain.
Wow.
And it's always best, the best way to end your vacation is with another vacation, apparently. So.
Yeah, great. So, so you could practice your Spanish.
Yes.
And now you can practice your Dutch.
Yeah, I think I'll have to stay longer to learn Dutch, for sure.
No worries. We have English covered for you. So
yes.
I won't do the interview in Dutch.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we've been on a journey already together for quite some time.
Yes.
A real road to mastery it's been.
Yes.
And one of the wonderful things is I've seen, of course, how you traveled road to mastery, but also how you've traveled, also your career. So you're now an agile trainer.
Yes.
A senior agile trainer and coach.
Yes.
So can you tell me a little bit more about that move towards training and coaching?
Yeah, I would say that my current role is very much the combination of a lot of things that I've done and a lot of the things that you inspired me to do, honestly, because I was in a place where I had been working as a Scrum Master, and I wasn't finding a lot of joy in the work or in learning, and I was frustrated. And I came upon the road to mastery out of that frustration and wanting to, have a richer experience. And so I did that, and I gained so much that I'm sure we'll talk about today.
Yeah.
But now, as a trainer, I'm really aware of how I can influence people positively and have fun while doing it, and encourage them to have fun and have it be a more playful experience for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk more about the power of play and training in the job, not as something separate to it.
Yeah.
It's been this journey. It's been a real adventure with all people from all over the world, and sharing those experiences. You even got up at 4 a.m. was it in the morning?
I did. I was telling someone today that it was hard for me to sometimes be able to think, Mm-hmm. It would be so early that my brain wasn't yet processing, which also made me aware of people that don't maybe speak English as a first language, how there can be a delay for them as well. So it's given me a lot of empathy, for others, and say, hey, even in my own language, there was a delay for me because I was up so early and I wasn't quite, ready to think about all these things.
We train through guidance, and now you're also a guide.
I am.
And a trainer. But you haven't only distinguished yourself at Scrum.org, but also with IC Agile.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what that's been like for you?
It's just been really interesting for me. I have a lot of confidence having gone through the road to mastery. I would say that's the main thing, that I have a lot more confidence and a lot more curiosity. And I feel confident to express that curiosity. And I think that that's been a real gift for me. And so, yes, I recently became authorized to teach through IC Agile for the Agile Team Facilitation certification. And I will add some others eventually. I have a lot of interest in helping product owners and product managers. I think there's a lot of opportunity there. And it's interesting because I feel like in my past I've worked with product owners who were just frustrating me as a Scrum Master, and now I feel a lot more empathy and a lot more curiosity. Those are the two words that keep coming up for me, empathy and curiosity. Like, why is this person, behaving in a way, and how can I help them? And so I'm bringing that a lot into everything that I do now, that I think, I have the confidence to sort of step back and not react, and instead think about it from an empathetic place.
Yeah, so empathy and curiosity.
Yeah.
And of course, your road to mastery, didn't start when we met. It started way before that. You've worked a journey through companies such as Nordstrom, Disney, Blue Nile, and Vestnet.
Yes, correct.
Among others.
Yes.
I could keep going, I think. But and you made it now to your senior agile trainer position at the Hartford.
Correct.
Is there some common thread in that journey for you, like things you picked up along the way?
I mean, I think that I've always wanted to learn more and improve myself in order to help others. And I think that that's something that I bring everywhere that I'm at, as well as, a sense of humor. And again, back to the play. So I actually have, believe it or not, Sjoerd, I have a degree. I have a Bachelor's of Science in Recreation.
Oh,
that's
wow.
my degree.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. And I don't think you knew that, did you?
No, but it makes a lot of sense because it's all part of bringing that.
Yeah.
I think that curiosity is also play and enthusiasm
Absolutely.
for discovery.
And I thought for years that I wasn't using my education because I would go on interviews and they would say, "Oh, did you major in volleyball?" And I would say, "No, it's a hilarious joke." But I'm bringing all of those concepts together now in what I do. And, originally I wanted to be in the theater. And so I feel like I'm able to take the play and, the performance and the Scrum and Agile knowledge and marry it all together and have fun while doing it and be excited about it and share that excitement and that energy with others. I just love to see people work together. I love to see sort of that group come together and support each other. And it doesn't need to be perfect for me. I'm comfortable when there's discomfort, and I love to find a way to help people get more comfortable, through whether it's disagreements or anything, and find ways to create sameness with people. Because I think that's something that is lacking. Like, we will say, "Oh, that product owner over there, what are they doing?" I want to understand what is their problem, what do they need, and how can we help them? And so I think that's a journey I'll be on forever. That's a road I will be on forever, is finding that and helping others see that as well.
Yeah, so I'm also curious, like, where that motivation kind of originated from, because, it's bringing it together, but it must have been a moment where things fell apart.
I was really frustrated. I didn't feel like I was having support for my own growth and learning, and I was really motivated to learn more and do better and be better at things, and I wasn't finding that. I had taken some certification courses, and it just, I knew the terms and I knew what I was doing, but it just didn't feel like it was deep learning. It didn't feel like I could then turn around and help others. And so out of that frustration, and kind of thanks to COVID, I was able to find something all the way over here, in the Netherlands, that resonated with me. And it was the writings and the people that you were involved with talking, and I was like, yes, this is what I believe in deeply. But I didn't have access to it in America, and I didn't have access to it in person. So COVID was actually sort of a blessing for me because I was able to have exposure, and it forced me to look outside of those traditional certifications and courses. And it wasn't just the road to mastery. It was, I attend a lot of meetups, and I'm constantly trying to find other ways that I can learn and encourage others to do the same.
What you also shared is something that a lot of people have expressed, that, those courses where you go there for one day or maybe do online course, it gives you maybe some pieces of the puzzle, but there's there's not enough depth there. Or
right. I could never take a 2-day course on playing the piano and think that I could join a symphony, right?
Right.
It's a lifetime of practice.
Absolutely. I really like the way that you phrase that, because it's difficult to put into words what the value is of what we're doing with these longer learning journeys, where we connect experienced professionals together.
Absolutely.
To support each other with their own learning. Because I truly believe that people can learn more from each other than maybe from the trainers. Well,
and that's something I'm bringing into my role now, is I'm comfortable, being wrong or being vulnerable, and to go in there and have a comfortable space where I could say, I don't know, or be wrong.
And I think one of the great things about the group we traveled through, that was it happened pretty quickly, I think, that, but that's, I think also your own contribution to that.
Thank you.
So your peers have described working and training with you as, and these are their words, like nothing short of amazing. That you're easy to trust, easy trusting, and open up to, and it feels almost that it happens naturally, like it's, but is that a superpower you unlocked too, or how did that? What's it like for you when people say that?
That's wonderful and very nice. I just try to really understand others. I moved around a lot as a kid, and so I was always having to fit in somewhere, and I think that maybe that is my superpower, is that I have a sense of figuring that out, and I can help others do the same. And again, it's finding that commonality, whether we're from the Netherlands and, USA or wherever we're from, and whatever our experiences are, there's something we have in common, and I'm really good at finding that and helping others experience it, I think.
Yeah, so I can imagine if you're a kid and you're going to different places, you have to connect quickly and constantly, but there's also this fear that those connections are going to fade. And so there must also be kind of that deeper desire for more lasting relationships.
Yes.
So I'm still looking for some gems that we could share for others to learn. Like if you could share some secrets. What is, because we there's a lot of common sense, of course.
Sure.
But what is maybe uncommon sense?
Not being afraid. I think that whether we work for a consultancy, whether we work for a large company, whether we work for a small company, we're always worried about how we're going to be perceived. And I think that, if we go into something that we truly believe in and we share that enthusiasm and that passion, that it doesn't matter. I also, having a theater background, I would say, know your audience and understand that. And, I don't know if an audience would like my performance. I don't know if a group is going to love all of my trainings, but I will try to do that. And I will try to inspire them and help them. And just doing what feels right for you, I think, is probably really good for others as well. And you don't have to be perfect.
Yeah. So fear is not something that we can easily switch off. So what would you recommend doing, like in a moment of experiencing that fear? What's the mental trick that you go through that
I think
to kind of switch, not necessarily switch off your fear, but maybe how do you integrate that fear in that moment?
Deep breaths, breathing, right? We have to breathe. Or just talk about it. So, if we're training, if we're teaching, talk about it. Yeah. Say, hey, I'm a little excited over here. Or, the papers I was bringing you didn't arrive. Or, be transparent. Yeah. Transparency, right? That's one of our pillars. Be transparent. Tell people what's going on, and others will help you, others will understand, and it takes that away from you. It takes that nervousness, that fear away.
Yeah. It's kind of also, you have to kind of bench or park your ego to allow yourself to say, hey, I'm a bit nervous, or hey, I'm just highly excited about this right now. So
absolutely.
So that others know. But we all know when we can say it already how do you say it, evaporates some of
it takes it away.
The tension.
And if you're nervous, that just means that it's important to you, right?
Oh, wow. Yeah. Because otherwise you wouldn't care, right?
Right. You would just be like, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Just get this over and done with.
Yeah.
So one final question. So training is often perceived as something that we should do in our own time. Well, we did that back in school. Right now we're at work. So what are your thoughts on this?
I think that you can be learning all the time, constantly, whether it's, reading a book or attending, any information that you can get is going to benefit you. And in my current role, my company is really supportive of training, and they make a lot of, they have a lot of support for people taking training, and that's wonderful. And one of the things, though, that I would recommend is make sure that the training that you're getting or the information you seek is high quality, and it's what you want to learn. Because I think a lot of people just blindly, I'm going to get this certification, and what does it really mean, and how does it really value you, and what are you trying to achieve? So,
what would you, because there's also maybe some people who don't have an employer that that gives them opportunities or time or money to learn. So they have to pay it out of their own pockets, maybe in their own time. So that's maybe why they're going for these maybe less quality, shorter trainings. Maybe it will be less impactful, but what would you say to someone who's like, well, we don't have time for training?
I still think that you can find high quality training. You can read. There's so much that's available, whether it's watching recordings of webinars. If the time doesn't work for you, if you're not willing to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning for high quality training, there's so much that's available that you don't have to even necessarily pay for. And it will pay you back even if you just go and find it.
Yeah. Wonderful. So thank you so much for sharing this interview, coming all the way here.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.